Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga 2. Last time, oh boy, we found out the whole truth about the junkyard and everything that went on in the last game. Or did we? There's still a bit of info missing. But we'll hopefully find that out as we progress forward into Karma City itself through the underwater cable. Oh, also there, the Lokapawa holding Cielo hostage. Welcome to the underground cable. This place is actually pretty cool in terms of the music. However, it is already significantly more complicated of a dungeon than the first one, the occupied sector. However, now is a good time to explore around and find chests because, as they mentioned, the Karma Society hasn't found this place yet, and that means no random encounters. Of course, you know, there's gotta be random encounters at some point, so our streak of being undiscovered will not last. There's some rubble blocking our path. Yes, how nice of them to signpost their own city like that. Discurse. I wonder if we're dealing with Curse soon. Curse actually is a little different in this game to the first game, and I only knew it was different recently. So, the gimmick of this area is there are a bunch of ladders between the first and second floors. But the real gimmick we'll be seeing once we go up the ladder. But first, there's actually another chest that we can get if we head down this way. So, just like DDS1, I believe the same Japanese website has Japanese maps for all the dungeons in Digital Devil Saga 2. I highly recommend checking out this website. Even if you can't read Japanese, you should be able to kind of read the maps. Any text in blue is a treasure chest item. Things in red are usually points of interest. It is a little easier if you can read Japanese, though. So, we come out here, and we have this big fat barrier in our way. It's the greatest superhero in the world! Bicycle, or rather electricity repairman! So electricity repairman has fixed this switch. If we activate the switch, makes a pretty satisfying noise, and this bulkhead is out of our way. Well, I guess we have to find this guy's little bro. Between, you know, helping out our resistance and having a wrench. You know, maybe this guy is, some relation to Andy from Advance Wars, maybe? I don't know. He does mention that he has a whole bunch of siblings who are all mechanics, so I wish that got expanded on more. We need more Advance Wars games. Meanwhile, in Villain Land,
she refuses to obey us after losing her friends.
Has it already been 5 years? She used to be so small.
Inside, she's still just a 7-year-old. We'll proceed according to guideline and initiate the lobotomy procedure.
Jenna, have you lost your heart? She was born of your own sperm and egg. She's your daughter. Do you hate her? Or are you jealous?
Please, I'm not that narrow-minded. This body is the least of my concern.
We begin to worry as we grow old. Like me. I'm concerned because you've been acting as if you hate everything.
Madame Margot, I admit that I have changed. However, I haven't forsaken humanity yet.
Good to hear. The surgery will not be necessary.
Are you planning to delay the Nirvana project?
Ma'am, there you are. I regret to inform you that some of our information was leaked.
How did this happen? How much information was compromised?
We're investigating now. An old fiber optic cable was still operational. I've sent troops to check it out. We're trying our best to determine suspects.
What a headache.
What is her plan? And why would the operation be unnecessary?
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the cat made it out of the junkyard alive. That's the real takeaway from all this. But yeah, some big reveals there, including one that makes the whole potential Surf Sarah Heat love triangle in the first game even more disturbing than it was already implied to be, because Sarah is actually physically like only 12 years old at this point, if she was like 5 years ago. It's implied that Sarah's body in the AI world was the same age as the rest of the junkyard people, but still, yeah. Like, granted, the whole, thing with Surf, Sarah, and Heat was never meant to be anything but profoundly disturbing in the first place, so... yeah. But, apologies to anybody who shipped that. Don't. Just don't. However, we're about to be attacked by the Karma Society, though I should also, mention the other thing that was revealed in that cutscene. So, Jenna Angel is intersex. She has both male and female reproductive organs. She definitely identifies by she, her pronouns, so I'll be using those for her for the rest of this game. Anybody in the comments who is better informed on intersex people, please tell me if I'm, getting anything here wrong, because I strive to be respectful. But, okay, I'll talk more about that after this, because this is actually a major change that happens if you transfer a file. Too bad I have my hee-ho ring equipped. Strange one-liners. Ice has no effect on me whatsoever. So, these ghouls are meant to be your introduction to the Karma Ring mechanic. Normally, they have a different ring here. But because we transferred a file when we beat King Frost, one of them has the hee-ho ring, so ice will not work on it. Okay, not weak to that. I believe ghouls are weak to fire. If you master a fire mantra on one character, you will have the weakness of every enemy in this dungeon, because the weaknesses here are only, like, you can cover every enemy in this dungeon with just earth, ice, force, and fire. Some things in the dungeon are weak to expel, but they are always weak to other things. But for defeating those ghouls, we get the hee-ho ring and the power ring. So, if you did not transfer a file, you only get the power ring. But in a transfer file, you get both. Karma rings enhance character stats. Some Karma rings give additional bonus effects when equipped. To equip Karma rings, simply access them using the item command in the main menu. Essentially, we have standard JRPG accessories now. Only each character can only equip one ring. So we have the hee-ho ring, which gives vitality +1 and nulls ice, and the power ring, which gives strength +3. So considering Gale's really my only one with physical attacks right now, I can give Gale that, whereas Argilla's going to take the hee-ho ring, because Surf resists ice anyway. But what I was saying is, so Jenna is Sarah's parent, but it said that she was born from both Jenna's sperm and egg. I don't know if that is actually possible. Please, people in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong about that. But it is interesting. So she is Sarah's mother. We now have that connection. Yeah, it seems like they were just investigating this tunnel for how the leak got through, and they happened to find us. But what that means is we're going to be fighting from now on. So from here, we drop down. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so this dungeon actually forces you to backtrack quite a lot, and that's its other kind of annoying gimmick. Let's just say this will not be the last time we end up backtracking. Fortunately, our backtracking here is not going to take very long. It's just all the way back to Electricity Repairman, the greatest superhero. Yeah, no, I understand why we do this, though. It makes sense. It's like we have to warn them that the society are coming. So, yep, we've been compromised. Get the defenses up. Now we better get to that bro quickly. Because that wrench will only do so much against full-on demons. Still don't seem to be random encounters right now. Well, you got here fast. And everyone is all suspicious. Jerk-offs, really? Okay. But yes, we shall. We certainly shall. We're pretty much your main hope right now. Just saying. A bunch of generic guys with guns, probably not going to do very well against a group of demons. Please stop saying, oh, you were holding your friend hostage. Yeah. We're doing this because we don't want the kids to die. You don't have to hold that hostage leverage over our heads. We would be helping you anyway. Because it's not like we'd side with the calm society over you. They're all basically jerks. Oh, look! A save point! I wonder if there are going to be random encounters soon. But if we double back here, there should be a chest with a very interesting item. Yeah, we've got one of these gold chests. Obtain clover. Wait, what? The protagonist of Undertale Yellow? Plants are very rare in this world. They can be traded in at Mad Mart for money. Not clovers, not just clovers, flowers and plants are the equivalent of cells from the first game. So we sell them for money. And they'll also give us shop points. Now we have Vilsarg here. It is weak to Earth, so we can go ahead and smash with Earth magic. However, I probably should have scanned it. I'll go over its mythology once I, get the actual scanning on it next time. I believe they can show up in groups of 2. But okay, here's where things get a little bit confusing. Because there are several different ways we can go here. If we go straight down this hallway, though, we get a chest. Oh, hi, Empusa. Now, I believe Empusa did not change much from the first game, but I could be wrong about that. Oh, no, it did. It's weak to Force now instead of Fire. Nulls Elec and Nerve and has Zeo skills instead of Ice, so it actually did change quite a lot. But being weak to Force is not great when Gale's in the field. Now, since you're down to red, I can go for a Devour with Surf. However, this will mean that only Surf gets the AP. But it's a lot of AP, yeah. This is why I want to master Devour on Gale and Argilla, because, yeah. The more we devour enemies, the more mantra we master faster. So, there are stairs here, and there are 2 other sets of stairs in this area. Actually, wait, one of the stairways was the way we came in, so actually just one. And we need to climb this one first, I believe. Oh boy, it's the Blob again. I'm not going to be playing that movie trailer, because even though it's meant to be a public domain film, it still got that video demonetized. Weak to Ice and Earth. Null Panic. Yeah, sometimes enemies are immune to specific ailments. However, surprisingly few things nullify Panic. Most of the time they're, let's just say, significantly less than null on Panic, but okay, Now, frightened enemies take bonus damage from Devour skills. I believe they take double damage from Devour skills. However, devouring blob-type enemies, or like anything that looks like a slime, usually ill-advised. Because that gives you a stomach ache more often, and if you get a stomach ache, then you don't gain any AP at all until you cure it. And you can't cure it until after the fight is over, usually. Well, if you get a stomach ache when devouring the last enemy in an encounter, then you are guaranteed to lose all your AP for that. Switch is off. Activate the switch. Yeah, we need to activate both of them. And that's why you want to come up here first, because if you came up the other way first, you would need to backtrack down to these stairs. So yeah, we have disaches, those can be used to cure stomachache, but the real pain is if you get a stomachache on the last enemy of an encounter. So yeah, I believe ghouls are just weak to fire and expel, which no, they're weak to ice, right. Should not really try and guess weaknesses before I actually do the scans. Here we go. Oh, only weak to ice, strong against poison. There are damaging poison skills in this game, so resisting poison is actually quite useful. I guess the main problem is Surf is just killing these things so fast with his high magic stat that I'm not even going to be able to devour them. However, I do want to get the shared AP here, because I want to master Devourer on those other two. I know I already said that, but yeah. Although, you gave me some very good AP last time. I do have the Sonic Stones. Sonic Boom! And they both just died before I could devour them. They do give some of the better AP of enemies that we've seen so far, though. Now, I will say, DDS 2 feels significantly more linear than the first game, in the sense there are less opportunities for backtracking and side content, so I might end up needing to farm for AP in dungeons sometimes, just to make sure that I master enough mantra to get by in this. My test playthrough of this, I was not actually that high on a lot of mantras by critical points, and a couple of bosses did end up being pretty brutal because of that, so... Okay, chakra drop ×2, that is nice to have. So yeah, I want to try and master more mantra here. Oh right, yeah, ghouls are cannibalistic demons from Arabic folklore. They eat corpses and sometimes humans. The Blob comes from an American horror movie called The Blob. It's funny that we're encountering it here before we're encountering slime, though. And, you know, I probably should have gone for the ghoul with ice because it's weak to that, whereas, yeah, the Blob is also weak to earth. But there we go. Okay, there we go. We've mastered protection on Surf, so he now has Dia and Patra and Analyze, but yeah, okay. We also got $510, like, dollars from that, apparently US dollars. I don't know if this is one of those games where, like, that you can tell that the developers, being Japanese, treated dollars like yen, or if they just expected that the future would have ridiculous amounts of inflation, which, like, to be honest, you know, cost of living has risen quite a lot, in the 2020s, so I can kind of believe that if some kind of apocalypse happened, then the dollar would be pretty insane in terms of inflation. So yeah, now we're in another one of these open areas. Oh, perfect timing, I can get a new mantra on Surf, and I want to be getting getting sounds a bit weird, but I want to get a fire mantra on him, because as I said, once you have fire, you can cover every weakness, in this dungeon. Okay, so we've got heal, and this lets us get Fallen Hero, Bolt Wizard, but I want to get... Here you go, Fire Spirit. Argy and Void Fire. And everyone else is still working on Devourer, but we should have Devourer done soon. And look at that tantalizing thing. Let's just say that it's going to take a little while before we can actually get our hands on that. So it's one of those exit signs, but it's in red rather than green, as they usually are. So there's stairs going down there, and also a chest here and more stairs going down. Oh! So, remember when I said that Solar Noise does more in this game than it did in the first one? This is why. When the Solar Noise is strong, hunger overcomes the reason, and your party enters the Berserk state. This is called Rakshasa mode in the Japanese version, and I wish that they kept that name in the localization. Berserk form boasts overwhelming strength, allowing physical attacks to breach any form of resistance. Basically, all of your attacks become almighty. However, since it is not a complete demon form, defense is weak. Spells and combos cannot be used either. Retreating is an option, but if you do win the battle, the karma, experience points earned, will more than double. So these fights are essentially risk versus reward. If you attack, you are generally going to either miss or critical. There's a very small chance you'll hit but not critical, but it's very small. The same is also true of the enemy. Generally speaking, you will get crit by everything the enemy will do. You can actually still use Devour skills, something that I did not know on my first playthrough of this game. So devouring is definitely pretty lucrative here, but you really have no option here other than to attack, pass, again use physical or devour skills, or run. Now, this is a risk versus reward thing, because running has a 100% success rate, not withdraw. Withdraw removes your character from the active party. Don't do that. Retreat. Retreat has a 100% success rate in Berserk form. So yeah, you'll know that you got a crit when you see a unique animation. If you don't see that animation, you know you missed. So we succeeded that time. And we also get a pretty solid amount of AP. You know what, maybe the reason why I wasn't really doing well with my mantras in my first playthrough was because I didn't know that you could still use Devour skills in Rakshasa form. I will always call it Rakshasa mode because it's a lot cooler sounding than Berserk mode. There is a Karma ring that is exclusive to a second playthrough, not even transferring a file will unlock this for a first playthrough, that makes it so that you start battles in Berserk mode whenever you want, but again, it's exclusive to a second playthrough. Okay, so I believe we want to go for the northern one first here. Because I think all this does is lead towards that gold chest that we were taunted by earlier. This may look complicated, but there is nothing of value up there. All it is a path to another ladder. And this other ladder will take us back up to where that chest was. Caution, restricted area, keep out. So yeah, you have a higher chance of going into Berserk mode the higher the solar noise is. Usually when you're at about 7 or 8 solar noise is when you'll see Berserk mode. It can be annoying at times, but also always remember that you can run for free in Berserk mode. It's kind of like, this feels like a weird way to describe it, but like, it's like gambling. If you take a Berserk mode fight and die, you kind of only have yourself to blame. Don't do it if you're not prepared to accept the risk. I don't encourage gambling in real life, but like in this game, you can gamble for experience if you feel like you really want to risk it. So we get quick data. This is the same as noise from the first game. It's a booster for agility, but it's called data here. It also fully recovers HP and MP, so I'm going to give that to, I guess, Argilla. Agility affects your accuracy and evasion, but mostly for physical attacks. For magic, oh, that's annoying because Gale's weak to that. Okay, that's fine because I don't have any fire skills. That's annoying because Gale's weak to that. And, okay, oh, I haven't actually scanned Mizuchi yet. Well, I mean, we were a little bit, we were a little bit not in the right mind to scan last time we encountered Mizuchi. But it's a kind of a water spirit dragon from Japanese mythology, but I mostly know it from SMT Nocturne being the prison warden boss. Drain Ice, Null Panic, strong against Fizz, Gun, and Earth. It's not immune to physical like it was in the first game. Weak to fire and force. Okay, so everything here is weak to force. I think you're a little more dangerous. Oh, nice. Let's eat some nice, delicious, watery gummy worm snake. Thankfully, I didn't get something out here. Like, I don't know if this is a Mandala effect or not. Also, Frightened status goes away at the start of the enemy's turn. I don't know if this is a Mandala effect or not, but I do feel like Stomachache is rarer in the second game, but again, that could just be a Mandala effect. And okay, now I have Fire Spirit, so I've got Argy. And here is where actually, I'm not really using Void Ice in this dungeon. Generally speaking, I only find the Void, like oh, I haven't actually set DA on you yet. Oh, that means I have to, like, Ingest Mana is actually very good, but I want to keep Devour. Fortunately, in one level, Surf will get access to more skill slots. So this dilemma will not last for very long. But I do definitely want to go for my Surf Healing Battery setup. Okay, we actually discovered quite a few new combos there. Miragi is, I think it's Fire and Earth? Or is it Fire and Force? I can't quite remember a lot of these off the top of my head. We have Matera as well, and... Oh, wait, Matera is Earth and Fire. So maybe this is Fire and Force. And Medea is any two people with Dia. Having access to the Medea combo this early is nice, because it is like the only real way that you can, have area of effect healing right now. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't really do any crazy shenanigans there because I would have lost the blinking press turn regardless. And there we go. Thankfully we're on our way to another save point. Devour and Ingest Mana, Devour and Ingest Mana. Yeah, I guess I'll get rid of Void Earth. And you'll take that over Body Rush. So, Hunt skills work mostly the same way they do in the first game. They scale their damage off your strength stat, so they are essentially physical attacks, but they are not physical elements. Primal Dance is for three people with Devour. Heavy physical damage to one enemy. It looks kind of cool, but I generally, it's not the best. It's not, like, I don't think there are any combo Hunt skills, which is weird. There probably should be. But anyway, here's Pabil Sarg. Null Poison, weak to Earth. Pabil Sarg, or Pabil Sarg, was a tutelary god for the cities of Larak and Isin, Mesopotamian mythology. Regarded as a son of Enlil, who was also the father of Nergal. The design for Pabil Sarg in this game might be influenced by the Scorpion Men from the Epic of Gilgamesh, which is actually they were actually a separate thing mythologically, but I don't know, they're kind of conflated in here. I mostly remember Pabil Sarg for being a pretty decent persona in Persona Q. I think they used like one of the bind circles. How's Micronova gonna do here? Okay, good, it killed everything. It costs all of our turns, so if it doesn't kill everything, Micronova can come back to bite you. I mean, Ration's okay, but now that I have the ultimate heal surf set up, I don't really need those that much anymore. I could sell them to the Mad Mart for points, though. Not that they're really worth much. So yeah, I'm gonna head back to the, well, I probably shouldn't even cut here because it's right here. So let's get some more mantras on Argilla and Gale. And this is like where I'll start with their actual builds, because really it's just like, you know... just get, like, getting Devour early is just something that everybody needs to do. It's more a formality. But now that we have mastered one mantra on the edge, we get a new row of mantras. Of course, the only ones we'll actually be able to check are these two, Adamant and Fire Demon. Fire Boost is nice to have. Oh, Palimpa though. Oh, Palimpa. I don't really need that now. I'll be wanting that in a couple of dungeons from now. But I think for this point, I would really like Fire Boost, so I'll go for Fire Boost on Surf. Tarakaja only raises physical attack in this game. You need Makakaja to raise magic, but if we go for like Bolt Wizard, we could get Angel for Expel skills. Yeah, don't get the next boost set of skills until after Earth Temple. Also, if we do this, we are technically being less efficient for getting the Esoteric Mantra because Gale already mastered Dragon, so again, you're kind of encouraged to diversify. I think I'll go for this. And for Gale, this is where things get a little awkward, because while you might want to double down on physical, we're going to be getting another party member fairly soon who is the designated physical attacker, and I'd much rather go for more magic on Gale, personally. I think let's actually go for Force Boost. Fortunately, I think we are approaching the point where we're going to need to do a big backtrack, but first, let's just get down this ladder. Because this will take us to our... well, to progress. Hi there, you think I'm just an ordinary Mizuchi? Yeah, that was always, Nocturne has some funny dialogue. It actually does bug me a lot that, like, that guy was not voiced in Nocturne, and neither was, like, Albion was the biggest disappointment. Albion should have been voiced in the remaster. Like, why did they not voice Albion? That's the one with line up the fleet, time for some heat. Vital ring, okay, a new karma ring. Well, I mean, Surf doesn't have a ring right now. I guess he can take that, vitality +3. There is another mechanic with karma rings, but we'll be introduced to that later. Okay, nope, just a whole bunch of ghouls, which I can use the Mabufu combo on. Yeah, it's ice and earth for Mabufu. These area, like these AoE combos are really nice to have overall. Before you start learning the actual AoE skills. Okay, so all we got here is a door. And a Karma terminal. Oh, hi there. Okay, 2 new enemies here. Okay, good. Thankfully, you didn't hit Argilla. Tarunda. Oh, yeah, and for those who aren't familiar, all buffs and debuffs hit everything in this game. There are no single target buffs and debuffs. They affect the entire, like, all allies or all enemies. Now, I know what these things are weak to, but I'm going to go ahead and analyze them first. So this is Kaiwan. Also, Nether is what, in terms of, like, demon classification, that was called Fiend in the first game. I guess they realized that was wrong because they're, you know, they don't want to evoke the Fiends of Nocturne from some of the lowest level enemies. Repel, Expel, Null, Earth, and Death, weak to fire. It's not often that Kaiwan is weak to fire in the series. Kaiwan is interesting. It's mentioned in the Book of Amos. It was a deity worshipped by some of the Israelites and is stated to be a deification of the planet Saturn, derived from the Babylonian name of Saturn. And, okay, well, I guess I can fire you. But yeah, it's usually not weak to fire. I feel like it's often weak to dark. But this is Yomotsu Shikome, a resident of the Japanese underworld who chased after Izanagi after he upset Izanami. Repel, Death, Null Force, weak to fire and expel. Yeah, this is the first enemy to show up that is weak to nothing in your starting mantras, so that's why I went ahead and mastered fire. But, okay, I guess we can Mad Rush. Helicopter legs! Okay, your Monster Shikome is still here. Ah, that's why they gave us the discurses. Didn't work there, though. So, Curse, if you are affected by Curse, any damage you deal that does not kill an enemy will be dealt back to you. Which, can be quite painful. Also, in Digital Devil Saga 2 only, you are more susceptible to death to instant death Mudor skills while you're cursed. It acts as if you're weak to it, I believe. I thought this was true of the first game, but according to Yuzu in their Demi-Fiend videos, it's not. Landmine deals earth damage to all enemies. Oh, that was a very good time to get that, actually. Aha. Okay, good, that actually died. I was afraid that it wouldn't. Yeah, you do a lot less damage with Devour skills if the enemy is not frightened. Especially if you're a wimp like my Surf physically, but it's usually... But yeah, he generally does enough damage. Like, you generally don't devour enemies until they're on very, very low health anyway. Gale, I think, is the only one who hasn't actually devoured one of them yet, so let's have him try. There we go! I always live in fear of getting a stomachache. Yeah, I think I'll probably spin in circles for another encounter, just to get Argilla, oh yeah, poison persists after battle. It damages you while you're moving. It also lowers your attack power in this game. But yeah, I do want to master Argilla's mantra. Strangely, this song has some very, I guess like you could say, chill vibes to it. Okay, new enemy. This is... a shadow, the true self. And that's apparently what it actually is, according to the SMT wiki. They just said that it's based on Jungian psychology. They couldn't really think of much else this could be. It's really just a generic ghost, though. Null death. It's funny how a lot of things in here are immune to death, but it's kind of hard to access death skills right now. Strong against physical. Weak to force and expel. Oh, overload. Yeah, overload is a self-destruct ability. So, yeah, that could be potentially, worrying to have to deal with. Weak to force, though. Ooh. Okay, you're brute, so, like, foul. I'm not sure if they give you increased stomachache odds. Tarukaja, right then. Actually, their regular attacks hit reasonably hard. Let's see if we can eat ghosts. I guess we can. Yeah, didn't think you were anywhere close to being able to be devoured. Okay, there we go, you're gone. I doubt these will be very filling. Okay, Spirit is almost done. I think one more encounter will get Spirit done. How do you guys like Micronova? Not much. Oh no, one of them survived, okay. And Spirit mastered. Tarukaja, Muckajam, and Void Mute. Which doesn't make you immune to mute, it actually is a mute shield skill. It's kind of hard to find... Okay, like, it was good against Orochi in the first game, but it's kind of hard to think of a situation where that's going to be useful in this game. Yeah, every time you go back to the mantra grid, you will get kind of a recap of the mantras that everyone has mastered so far, so... You now have access to, yeah, Raving Slash. I don't really want physical stuff on you. However, Earth Shrine will get you a little closer to more boost skills. Probably also want you to start working on Force skills too, but let's get more Earth on you. And everyone else is still working on their respective mantras. So anyway, I actually want a Berserk mode encounter. I don't know if the AP is increased at all, but it doesn't tell you the AP is increased. Strong presence we felt on the other side. Okay, let's go. Doesn't Birdo say that? Voice acted in, like, Mario Advance? Okay, this group of enemies is really not much of a problem at all. Because I can just burninate you. Wow, I did not expect it to actually get out by one-shotted. Okay. And, wow. This could just be sad. Okay, that was sad. I would say try harder, Karma Society, but I don't want to be encouraging the villains. Okay, again, I'm gonna actually just hold back a little on magic. Serf's Karma has reached a new plane. Now 6 skills can be set. Yeah, this happens when you hit level 10, and then when you hit level 20, you can set 8 skills, but that's as far as you go. So the other two should get more skills as well. However, the cables are severed. Well, I guess the Karma Society did try harder. So, yep, we have to go back to the Repairman. Fortunately, though, there is a heal terminal here. Unfortunately, though, this one charged us money. Wow, $406 just for minor healing of MP? This really is America. But now that we've reached a heal point and a point of backtracking, because, yep, this thing is in our way, and it's going to be a little complicated to remove, I think I will see you all next time for the second half of the Underwater Cable.